Capricorn, welcome to your August 2024 reading. Now, if you are the zodiac sign of Capricorn, this is going to be the reading that tells you everything that's in store for the month of August. And I will be dropping these readings monthly, along with monthly content on how to scale and grow your holistic business on YouTube. So please do drop me a like and subscribe down below and stay tuned. Now, Capricorn, as I'm leaning into your energy, the word forgiveness keeps coming to the surface. And it feels very much as though you're realizing and you're recognizing that life isn't black and white. Now, there's somebody inside of your space that served you wrong. It feels like there's an element of anger, there's an element of frustration. You feel let down by somebody inside of your life, and you've been holding on to that. However, there's a reason why this person behaved in the way that they did, and I feel like you were very, very quick to judge or very quick to close them off without truly understanding. And right now, what I'm seeing here is the word forgiveness, and I feel what this is showcasing to us is that you're going to be choosing to forgive someone based on past actions. And this is a reminder that we are all human beings on a human life journey. And if you're angry at parents, and this does feel like a parent energy, just remember they were humans and they, made mistakes. Just like I'll probably make mistakes in my journey of being a mother. Now, as much as you're angry and you're allowed to go through your inner childhood work, just remember to humanize the process and find a way to hold the conversation. I feel you're actually craving this closure, and so are they. And so this is a great time for you to bring forgiveness to the surface and really allow yourself to address certain elephants in the relationship that you haven't allowed yourself to bring through and receive the guidance on. Because I know, and through what I'm seeing, is that you're missing them, right? You're missing that connection. You're missing that closeness. And previously they didn't give you what you wanted. And I know this through the abandonment wound that's happening. It feels like you continuously wanted something from a parent figure in your life that wasn't there. And because you've kept wanting this and kept craving this and kept asking for this, when it hasn't materialized, you've gone into your shell and you're like, fine, I'm just not going to give anything. However, situations and circumstances change. And Spirit is saying you don't want to carry the burden of regret. And so this is a great time for you to lean in, to have those conversations and to put old energy to bed so that you can move forward. I feel like you've been scared of forgiveness because you haven't wanted to be hurt or tread on. And as a result, what's coming to the surface right now is that you need to remember that choosing to enjoy the relationship doesn't mean that you have to let go of your boundaries. And this is definitely a time to maintain in your boundaries and in your standards so that you don't allow people to walk all over you. See through my connection that you almost felt like you were highly criticized, as though somebody always had a bad thing to say. There was always criticism, there was always something negative communicated, and you started to retract, feeling like it didn't matter what you did or what you said, your best just wasn't good enough. And Spirit is telling me that whoever this was, they came from quite harsh environments. And so it was kind of a self-protection that they put onto you that they didn't realize how much affected you. And so you've grown up feeling like you just don't have anything to offer, when in fact what I'm seeing here is your parent figure or whoever this message is coming through for, it feels as though they think very highly of you. But I feel there's a word around expression, as though your expression and the way that you choose to express yourself is an element of trigger. They're a little bit more inward in their emotions, in their feelings, and you're more outward. So when you bring all of your emotions to the surface and you start sharing them, whether that be online or in person, they feel triggered and they feel up against a wall. And it's almost like their mentality is, you shouldn't be talking like this. You shouldn't be, bringing this to the surface. I don't want to know where I went wrong. And it's not that they don't see it. They're actually very much aware of it. But every time you bring it to the surface, they trigger themselves into this period of guilt. And so guilt is the thing that carries them forward, and it just becomes this constant spiralization. Closing these chapters is going to really, really support you with just embracing this new area of your life, this new energy. I do see a lot of self-mothering, as though you were craving that motherly energy, and you are returning to this parent figure and getting some of that. But it also feels like you're learning to mother yourself, you're learning to nurture yourself and be kind to yourself, because the words that you sometimes say to yourself are so harsh And there's a big energy around perfectionist and expectation, as though you expect so much of yourself and you constantly feel like your best isn't good enough, and you drag yourself down and you beat yourself up. And sometimes you just need to remember you're on a journey. You're allowed to mess up. The same way I'm completely new to YouTube. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm learning as I go, but I'm evolving and I'm choosing. And it would be so easy for me to hold myself at this level of, you need to get it right. You need to be a perfectionist, especially if you want to grow and scale and monetize. But I'm choosing to be in the season of evolving and trusting that that gets to be enough. And when it comes down to this perfectionist energy, you have been holding yourself back because you feel like you're not good enough, and you are more than good enough. You have so much to bring to the surface and so much energy to provide to your clientele. But what I'm noticing and what I'm witnessing is that you need to let go of the perfectionism and just give yourself permission to be messy. Be messy. I cannot explain how messy my journey of healing and business has been, and life and relationships, because it doesn't matter how much you know, when you're in the energy, you have to figure it out and you have to make changes. So honor the messiness and don't judge yourself harshly. If the video resonates, please do drop me a like and subscribe down below. I love to hear where this is coming to the surface inside of your life. And just remember that every month I'm going to be creating content here. My daily podcast allows you to comment below with a question, and we will riff on it on our daily podcast talk show.